Welcome to This Week in Astrology. This is episode number 607 for August 1 through 15, 2022. An intense Grand Crossed Aquarius Full Moon highlights the first half of August. This Grand Cross is based on the Saturn-Uranus square that's given us such a tumultuous year and a half. There's also harmonious potential as a Mercury Kite stimulates this decade's most important aspect pattern, a mini Grand Trine with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. This outer planet trio is just warming up, but will empower the Aquarian Age as it strengthens. We also have more aspect patterns. These include a peaking triple conjunction, a new finger of God for trauma healing, a mystic rectangle, and more. Let's explore. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm your host, Benjamin Bernstein. I record these forecasts as an audio podcast and a video, so take your pick. The video version includes detailed chart graphics, which you can also see in my written forecasts at astroshaman.com. Check out our website, thisweekinastrology.com, where you can hear the show and subscribe to podcast updates. And if you haven't already, be sure to click the link in the show notes for 2 chances to win a free Astrology Plus session with me each month. So what's happening as of the beginning of August? We've got a waxing moon. There was a Leo new moon on July 28th. We've got a Grand Cross with Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, and the lunar nodes continuing through August 3rd. There's a kite with Venus, Mars, Juno, Uranus, and the lunar node that's moving on through August 10th. There's a T-square with Mars, Saturn, Uranus, and the lunar nodes continuing through August 15th. A triple conjunction that I mentioned continuing through August 15th. I'll be talking about that in a moment. Pluto is retrograde through October 8th, Jupiter through November 23rd, and Chiron through December 23rd. And there's a Saturn-Uranus lunar nodes T-square through December 26th. Links to all these events are in the show notes if you want to learn more about them. Let's now move on to this half month. August 1st Monday is yesterday as I record this, but even as of yesterday, there are 2 weeks left to take advantage of a Mars-Uranus North Node triple conjunction. It started on July 20th, peaked on August 1st, and ends on August 15th. This powerful aspect is great for getting an intuitive hit, then taking immediate action on it that aligns with your life purpose. Its placement in Taurus can give you Energizer Bunny endurance to carry your efforts through to completion, but steer clear of a more destructive manifestation of this triple conjunction. Don't act rashly and impulsively, especially if tempted by sensuality. If you do, you could face unpleasant karmic consequences later. The peak of this aspect pattern coincides with its 2 planets coming together. That's a Mars-Uranus conjunction that was exact on August 1st, around 19 degrees Taurus. Moving on to Tuesday, August 2nd, a yod, also known as a finger of God, starts on August 2nd, peaks on August 10th, and ends on the 20th. It includes Pallas Athena, Chiron, and the South Node. This aspect pattern can help you strategically heal your psychological wounds. The strategic energy comes from Pallas Athena in Clever Gemini. Chiron, her partner at the back of the yod, is the wounded healer archetype. He contributes some of the healing and shadow work energy. The rest comes from the South Node. It holds unhealed traumas you brought in from past lives. The idea is to heal them in this life. The South Node is in Scorpio, the sign associated with psychology and transformative inner healing. This yod can also be positively externalized. You can use it to strategically use your healing and mentoring gifts to help others. In this case, we would think of this as a bounce-back yod. Its energy would not stop at the South Node. Instead, it would bounce back to the North Node, which is not pictured in the graphic, and that's, of course, directly across from the South Node. The North Node is the destiny point, where you express your life purpose into the world. Also, on Tuesday, August 2nd, relationships and creativity get a strong, harmonious boost with Venus sextile Mars. Venus, 19 Cancer, Mars, 19 Taurus. With Venus in Cancer, you can bring more authentic, heartfelt energy into your relating and artistry. Mars in Taurus supports extended erotic love play or long-lasting productivity in your creative work. On Wednesday, August 3rd, relationships aligned with your highest good receive powerful flowing support from a kite that started on July 27th, peaks today on August 3rd, and ends on the 10th. It includes Venus, Mars, Juno, Uranus, and the lunar nodes. The relationship theme comes from Venus, natural ruler of relationships, and the asteroid goddess Juno. She represents committed partnerships. A Venus-Mars sextile also carries relational energy. The theme of harmony comes from the kite aspect pattern, since 4 of its 5 aspects are soft. A relationship aligning with your life purpose comes from the North Node, the destiny point, at the tip of the kite. Mars and Uranus join the North Node to form that triple conjunction at the tip of the kite, and I just interpreted that. So let's customize part of that interpretation for this kite. If you get an intuitive hit about an important relationship, consider taking immediate action on it that aligns with your life purpose. The triple conjunction's placement in Taurus can give you Energizer Bunny endurance to carry your plan through to completion. Oh, and there's also an alternative interpretation. You could use this kite to partner with someone on a creative project. This kite especially supports projects that are bold, original, and aligned with your life purpose. On Thursday, August 4th, a grand cross begins, peaks on August 12th, and ends on August 20th. It adds the Sun to the previously existing T-square with Saturn, Uranus, and the lunar nodes. The Sun is dignified in Leo, the sign it rules, which gives it extra power. The Sun radiates heat and light to the T-square, amplifying its energy. This T-square's interpretation is included in tomorrow's interpretation of the T-square with Mars, Saturn, Uranus, and the lunar nodes. We'll get to that in a moment. The T-square returns the favor by energizing the Sun. For starters, this lets you step out as a leader or entertainer. The T-square electrifies you to do this in your own unique way, Uranus. You can lead or entertain with maturity, discipline, and wisdom, Saturn, and in alignment with your life purpose, the lunar nodes. If challenge, Saturn, arises, face it with courage, Leo, and be guided by your intuitive flashes, Uranus. On Friday, August 5th, a Mars, Saturn, Uranus, lunar nodes T-square, which I just mentioned, started on July 24th, peaks today on August 5th, and ends on August 15th. There are several layers to it, which we're going to interpret one at a time. So let's start with the foundational T-square that all the others are built on, Saturn square the lunar nodes. It carries a simple message: get on track with your life purpose. Saturn can bring challenge, but only when needed. To the degree that you've deviated from your life purpose, Saturn will roil the waters to let you know. Release or adjust accordingly. But if you're on track, he'll be a steady wind in your sails. The South Node is in Scorpio, while the North Node is in Taurus. So some of this reality checking on life purpose might involve material resources, wealth, and abundance. Are you wielding power skillfully to achieve clear, desirable outcomes? And do you have an appropriate amount of sensuality and sexuality in your life? Now let's add Uranus. The Saturn-Uranus square was 2021's strongest aspect. While it is not exact this year, it's still this year's most powerful astrological influence. In fact, many of 2022's biggest news stories fit the Saturn-Uranus archetype, such as Joe Manchin throwing a monkey wrench into President Biden's environmental legislation, the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade, restricting the EPA's ability to regulate the energy sector, making it easier to carry guns in public, and blurring the division between church and state. Also, Russia's invasion of Ukraine resulting in major unexpected changes in the geopolitical world order, fast rising inflation in the U.S. economy, the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, actual passage of national legislation adding some restrictions on firearms, and the collapse of the government in Sri Lanka. These tie into the Saturn-Uranus themes that are most important now: limitations on freedom, acute tension between liberal and conservative elements, polarized extremes between reactionary and progressive impulses, unexpected problems and disruptions, severe shocks, rude awakenings, irresponsible or harmful forms of rebellion, authority versus rebellion, conservatism versus change, challenging the bedrock assumptions of a worldview, personal suffering becomes archetypal suffering, and global breakdown of antiquated structures. For a deep dive on Saturn square Uranus, read my December 24th, 2021 interpretation. There's a link to that in the show notes. So back to this T-square. In it, Mars mainly acts to catalyze these energies through August 15th. Used positively, Mars can add energy, vitality, and positive assertiveness to actions that resonate with these archetypes. On the low side, Mars could stir up destructive impulsiveness, violence, or inappropriate sexuality. Try to avoid dangerous people and situations and harness these powerful energies mindfully. On Sunday, August 7th, a Venus-Neptune trine, Venus 25 Cancer, Neptune 25 Pisces, lets you express your inspired creativity in a way that moves people's hearts. It can also help you merge your heart with someone else's, be they human or divine. Also on Sunday, August 7th, today's Mars-Saturn square, Mars 22 Taurus, Saturn 22 Aquarius, is part of that Mars-Saturn-Uranus lunar nodes T-square that peaked on August 5th. But on its own, this aspect can give you significantly enhanced perseverance. With Saturn in Aquarius, you might be working on some sort of breakthrough. This square is also great for taking erotic love play in exciting new directions. On Tuesday, August 9th, a Venus-Pluto opposition, Venus 27 Cancer, Pluto 27 Capricorn, can supercharge any of Venus's core meanings, relationship, creativity, or money. If challenge arises, Pluto can help you make appropriate release, adjustment, or healing. But if something is moving in the right direction, Pluto can shower down the power. Wednesday, August 10th, a mentally stimulating mystic rectangle begins today on the 10th, peaks on the 16th, and ends on the 21st. It includes Mercury, Juno, Uranus, and the lunar nodes. Mercury, dignified in Virgo, is energized to help you learn, think, and teach with an enhanced eye for detail. Uranus, divine mind, trines Mercury, human mind, easing the way for intuitive hits and fresh insights. Juno invites you to do this mentally focused work in some type of committed partnership. And the lunar nodes would love it if all this aligns with your life purpose. Also on Wednesday, August 10th, the Pallas Chiron South Node Yod, or the Finger of God, that started on August 2nd, peaks today on the 10th, and ends on the 20th. Thursday, August 11th, a full moon shines forth at 9:36 p.m. That's around 19 degrees Aquarius, in fact 19 degrees 21 minutes. Any Aquarius full moon is great for a release or adjustment in these areas, making optimal use of your intelligence and originality, internally embracing your unique qualities and showing them to the world as appropriate, recognizing and acting on your intuitive hits, and serving others with your special talents that you most love to use. On the challenging side, avoid being too impulsive, erratic, or extreme in ways that do not serve highest good. This full moon's aspects make it one of the most powerful lunations of the year. The luminaries align with T-square with Mars, Saturn, Uranus, and the lunar nodes, which I've already interpreted today. The addition of the sun and moon expand this T-square into astrology's most intense aspect pattern, a grand cross. The moon is conjunct Saturn, while Mars, Uranus, and the lunar nodes square the luminaries. With the sole exception of Mars, all these aspects are tight and powerful. On one hand, for the next 2 weeks, this full moon adds even more power to what the T-square is already doing. The T-square / Grand Cross returns the favor by supercharging the inherent potentials of the Aquarius full moon. So please refer back to my T-square interpretation earlier in this podcast for more insights on its effects, all of which color this full moon. You wouldn't want me repeating all of that again. This full moon's other aspect pattern is a cradle. It includes the moon, sun, Pallas Athena, Saturn, and Chiron. With Chiron, this flowing configuration smoothly supports healing. Pallas Athena in Gemini lets you do this strategically with plenty of forethought. Saturn helps you persevere through the challenges. Finally, the Aquarian energy, Saturn and the moon, support an innovative approach that can speed up the healing process. Speaking of which, my healing invocation has helped thousands accelerate their personal healing work. Learn how to do it at, take a breath, Instant Divine Assistance, your free guide to fast and easy awakening and healing. And there's a link to that in the show notes, or just go to astroshaman.com. The last word on the menu bar says Instant Divine Assistance, and clicking that will take you right to this. Finally, the full moon is tightly semi-sextile Juno. Are there any releases or adjustments that would help your committed partnerships? This full moon's Sabian symbol is a large white dove bearing a message. Now, what's the message most universally attributed to a white dove? Peace. White doves are also associated with unity, spirituality, love, and joy. You could direct the massive power of this full moon high or low. What do you suppose this white dove would prefer? Next, on Friday, August 12th, the T-square with Sun, Saturn, Uranus, and the lunar nodes that started on August 4th peaks today, that's August 12th, and ends on August 20th. On Sunday, August 14th, you can enjoy a smooth flow of abundant vitality with Mars trine Pluto. Mars 27 Taurus, Pluto 27 Capricorn. Pluto can also empower your Martian potential as a leader, pioneer, entrepreneur, or sexual being. You can enjoy extended endurance with Mars and Taurus. This placement also supports slow sensuality, while the Pluto-Mars-Taurus combo is ideal for sacred sex. Monday, August 15th, Mercury forms the tip of a kite with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto today. This harmonious aspect pattern peaks on August 19th and ends on the 24th. Let's explore what the outer planets are doing, and then we'll integrate Mercury. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are just starting to form the decade's most important aspect pattern. This mini Grand Trine is just starting to turn on this year, July 1st through November 18th. This mini Grand Trine will help bring in the Aquarian Age. Astrology virtuoso Eric Myers eloquently explains this in my 2022 astrology forecast video. The Mini Grand Trine segment featuring Eric's guest appearance starts at 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 33 seconds, and there's a link to that video in the show notes. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto will form this aspect pattern for most of 2023, and then seriously turn on the juice through the end of the decade. The global opportunities for accelerated awakening, inspired creativity, eco-friendly power breakthroughs, enhanced unity, and much more are off the charts. As Eric says, it's encouraging to know that such a world-changing astrological opportunity is coming. It can help us keep the faith during these challenging times. The kite that Mercury forms with the outer planets cannot hope to operate on such a grand scale, but Mercury gives a bit of stimulation to the mini Grand Trine, and the outer planets juice up Mercury big time. Some of the effects are the same as with Mercury's mystic rectangle, which peaks tomorrow on August 16 and ends on August 21st. Mercury, dignified in Virgo, is energized to help you learn, think, and teach with that enhanced eye for detail. Uranus, divine mind, trines Mercury, human mind, easing the way for intuitive hits and fresh insights. Instead of a flash, Neptune can give your mind a constant flow of intuition. This can help you operate in the zone. You can also receive a lot more inspired creativity. Pluto can give a big power up to your thinking. It can also help you think more deeply and with greater focus. As Lord of the Underworld, Pluto can help you focus your thoughts on healing emotional traumas. As I mentioned in the full moon forecast, my free healing invocation can help speed up this process. Announcements. I have been immersed in intensive creative collaboration with 33 designers for the last week, and I've emerged with 6 finalists for the cover of my invocation book. Its title is Instant Divine Assistance, Your Complete Guide to Fast and Easy Spiritual Awakening, Healing, and more. I'd love to know what you think of these designs. Can you please take a moment to rate the covers? I also welcome your comments, but that's entirely optional. The poll will close this Friday, August 5th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Click the link in the show notes or see my post on astroshaman.com. I only hope you're hearing or seeing this in time. Also, Awakening Plus events support your individual healing and awakening, as well as global spiritual awakening. If you're not a member yet, join one of our free events. 2 calls are open to the public each month. Experience how Awakening Plus can accelerate your personal evolution. Here are the dates and titles of our events in the first half of August. They're all at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, unless noted. Events are members only, unless I mention that it's public. So, on Mondays, every Monday, we do New Earth Support Team. August 3rd, Wednesday, Individual and Group Healing. Thursday, August 4th, Astrology, August Forecast Highlights and Mini Readings. August 8th, that's a Monday, New Earth Support Team again. Tuesday, August 9th, we're doing office hours for the first time. That'll be 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. August 10th, Wednesday, Unconditional Love Immersion. August 11th, Thursday, Community Support. August 15th, Monday, New Earth Support Team again. We do a lot of events, folks. If you're not a member, this is a very rich and helpful membership. And we would love to have you join our supportive online community. Members receive these exclusive benefits. 9 of our 11 Zoom calls each month are members only. There's an archive of over 450 life-transforming events with a best-of guide. 3 courses are there: Instant Divine Assistance, Fast and Easy Awakening and Healing, Self-Guided Internal Family Systems Therapy, and Your Divine Allies, Let Them Help You More. We have monthly astrology forecast and mini readings calls, a monthly community support call, monthly Ask Us Anything calls, a service called Members Helping Members. You can connect with an accountability partner, connect in our private forum, and you'll be constantly supported by the Awakening Plus group energy field. Learn more at awakeningplus.com. That's awakeningplus.com. Let's announce our August free session winner. It's Lisa. This is the only Lisa with an email address with Yahoo. If that's you, please email me, benjamin@astroshaman.com. We will get you set up with your free session. Congratulations, Lisa. And to all of you folks, thank you for being here. Once again, I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. I can serve you with astrology readings, shamanic healing, and one-of-a-kind life coaching. All my one-on-one services are equally effective in person or long distance. I also offer an unbeatable price on SolarFire, the #1 astrology software for Windows. And as I mentioned, I run the Awakening Plus online membership for spiritual support. You can learn about all this and more at astroshaman.com. And to see the show notes, go to astroshaman.com/607, because this is the 607th episode of the podcast. Please reach out if you have any questions. My email again is benjamin@astroshaman.com. My number for voice and text, 828-338-9852. I'd love to connect with you. We're wrapping up. Please leave me a 5-star rating, review, or comment wherever you're getting this episode, so others who also love astrology and spirituality can find it. Thanks again for spending this time with me. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.